Well, hi everyone. I'm John Rethlin, and this is my review of WWE Smackdown from Glendale, not Phoenix, Arizona. And it's a go-home show for Super Showdown. It was very phoned in. Bruce Pritchard is not a creative genius at all, or even somewhat close to being a creative person, because his mind is still stuck back in mid-90s WWE. This was a very, safe, phoned-in program with not a lot of really great stuff that happened. I mean, SmackDown has felt really flat since going to Fox. So here we go with an opening segment that went on quite a while. We have the Usos hopefully not driving to the arena. And, they talk about super kicks, throwing around a whole bunch of stuff. Could it be a super kick party? Possibly. We will see. They hype up the 8-man tag that we're going to see a little bit later, quite a bit sooner than you would expect. Thought it would open up hour 2. Nope, it was opening up being the first match here on the show. Here's a New Day, and Big E and Kofi say the Usos are one of the greatest tag teams of all time. In what universe? As good as the Usos are, do not misunderstand me, the Usos and New Day had some incredible matches. Sorry, I can name about 25 tag teams better than the Usos, in all due respect to the Usos. But if we're talking about now, sure, the Usos are really goddamn good. Of all time, no, sorry, just saying. And then, they say, oh, well, the Usos are 6-time tag team champions. That's one less than us, and we get tension. Could we be seeing that match at Mania? It'll probably be on the pre-show. And here's Miz and Morrison. They try the Miz and Morrison, hey, hey, ho, ho. Miz and Morrison, hey, ho, ho, and whatever. And then here's Ziggler and Rude, and suddenly we have our 8-man tag match where it was typical. It was very safe stuff. It seemed like people were either botching or really trying not to do like anything impactful. I mean, there were a couple decent moves and a couple decent dives, but a lot of it just seemed like they really just were going through the motions on this. I mean, also, we've seen variations of this match taking place for the past number of weeks, especially with the Usos, Ziggler, and Rude, and it just, I don't know, it is what it is. We get the weird glitchy stuff here and a little bit later. Some people are saying it's going to be Killer Cross. That would make sense, actually, because at least it would be something different. And him and Scarlett being on, either SmackDown or Raw. I mean, it would probably be SmackDown. That'd be cool. He is an impactful wrestler, and Scarlett there could add some spice to the women's division. So we'll see. And we get a super kick that pins Rude. Cool. Okay, Rude continuing to take the pin, and that is what it is. We then get Daniel Bryan backstage. Andrew Gulak has a PowerPoint for him because he's like, I've noticed some holes in your offense and in your matches. I watched a lot of your matches with The Fiend and even with Heath Slater, and Heath Slater's all fired up. Wait a second. I wasn't ready. I want to challenge you to a rematch. Okay, we're going to get that. And then Gulak wants to work with Slater. So we get that. And then we get Otis, Mandy, and Ziggler, the fallout. I don't care. It's not going to make me hate Ziggler anymore. Ziggler already doesn't mean anything anyway. He was coming out in a stupid hat earlier. And hey, he's getting paid, good for him. But I don't care about this Otis Mandy thing. And I know where it's going to go. Because we have Mandy and Sonya talking. And then Tucker's like, you texted him saying you were going to be late. She's like, text? I didn't text anybody. They're going to make Sonya the one that texted Otis, aren't they? This is what they're going to do to divide. And if it leads to Sonya actually being featured as a prominent player, I'm all for it. But I hate these kind of love angles, shit things. I just don't like them. They're just never usually all that good. But whatever. There are some people that like the Otis Mandy thing. Cool. You do? Fine. I don't care. I don't care for me because it just doesn't matter to me. I'm bored by it. And so we get a Lacey interview with Renee. So, Renee's just conducting this stuff, talking about this. So you used to call people nasties, and it's a term of endearment in the South and stuff like that. Lacey's going to come back and get back to the top. Typical, a bit stagey, but Lacey delivered it well and delivered it with enough emotion that I could buy into it. Then we get Cesaro Nakamura with Sami Zayn doing his best Tiny Tim impression, tiptoe through the tulips. And we get them taking on Braun and Elias. Symphony of Destruction match. Not like the Braun Elias Symphony of Destruction match, and it was 5 men measuring their various instruments in front of thousands of people. I don't know what I'm on about anymore. The match wasn't very good. It was hardcore bullshit. I don't really like the hardcore stuff. Yes, it was safe. Elias did get cut, though, taking a table bump at one point. That looked pretty brutal, and yes, there was all about that bass, that cello. And then we get more tables. We get a power slam through the piano, the hollowed out piano. And whatever. Is Nakamura okay? Because that looked pretty goddamn painful. I think it was meant to break, and it didn't. Ouch. Hardcore stuff for the sake of this, in any promotion, gets on my nerves, because I didn't really find this entertaining. People pop for it, so whatever. We had a Corbin interview. He wants to rip Reigns' flesh off in Saudi Arabia. So Corbin will fit right in there with the Crown Prince. Then we get a moment of bliss with the Bellas. They are in the Hall of Fame. Okay, let me make this very, very clear. If you are happy the Bellas are in the Hall of Fame, good, cool. Not knocking the Bella fans. If you were one of the detractors, and I've seen some people say this since they both announced their pregnancies, that they actually hope that something bad happens to their kids. That's fucking wrong. You can hate the characters all you want, and that's okay. I have never liked the Bellas. I will never like the Bellas as characters and whatever. I never thought that they really deserved a second chance in WWE, but you know what? They got it. The reality TV, all that stuff and everything. As far as my opinion of their characters, I never cared for them. There are way more deserving women that deserve to go in, but I knew the Bellas were going to go in, so whatever. Why fight it? The Hall of Fame for years and years and years, especially since, Donald fucking Trump got inducted in the celebrity wing and a few others, have made the Hall of Fame kind of a joke, even though it does mean a lot to the talents. You know what? If it means a lot to the Bella fans, great. Michelle McCool, Luna Vachon got shoved in with the legacy wing for some reason, but Mickie James, even though she's still an active competitor, Victoria, Molly Holly, the Jumpin' Bomb Angels, Bull Nakano. If Gail Kim could ever make peace with WWE, even though she did most of her stuff in Impact, she would deserve to go in. There's a lot of women that deserve to go in. Miss Elizabeth deserves to go in. Sorry, way before the Bellas. That's my personal opinion. But if you're happy about the Bellas, great. Cool. I'm not. And I'm going to stick by that. And you guys can hate on me in the comments if you want. But I'm not saying that people can't be happy about them going in the Hall of Fame. That is all good. It's just my personal opinion. So, cool. They do the promos. They talk about being revolutionary. Well, if they were revolutionary, then A Handmaid's Tale is a perfect way to promote women's rights. They weren't revolutionary. So, with that parting shot out of the way, cool. You know what? They were happy. And best wishes to Brie and Nikki with their impending pregnancies. Well, their, pregnancies going on now, and I hope the children are born healthy and they can have a happy life. As far as wrestling characters, I already said that. Brian brings Birdie out, and she already is cutting a better promo than Brie. Okay, enough shots. Here we go. Gulak on commentary for Slater versus Daniel Bryan. Slater hits a few moves, and that's it. Because Daniel Bryan wins easily, wipes the floor with him. Gulak does yell at him at one point. Slater for getting on the ropes and stuff like that, getting up on the top rope. It's like, no, you don't do that. And then Slater lost. Okay, whatever. We get Ziggler offering to take Mandy somewhere because her ride wasn't there. Apparently, Mandy did not drive herself. Okay, who knows? Maybe Sonya drove her and then drove away, leaving Mandy stranded. I don't know. And then Ziggler and Mandy walk out the door, and then there's Otis just hiding back there, and it's like, oh no, what's going on? And you can try to make me feel bad for Otis if you want. It's not going to fucking work. So we get more glitchy stuff. Then we get Sheamus. He wants to exterminate the vermin. He is entering the final phase of his extermination because he is going to go after the biggest vermin. He's going to go after Braun Strowman. It's going to happen at Mania. He's also going to be in the Elimination Chamber. Everybody's talking about being in the Elimination Chamber, despite the fact, are they going to have like 4 Elimination Chamber matches? They already have one for the Raw women. And then they have one. Are they going to have one for the SmackDown women? Is it going to be nothing but Elimination Chamber matches? What is going on exactly? We get Naomi versus Carmella. Look, Naomi's a really good athlete. Carmella tries. She had a pretty good match with Bayley last week and did hold her own. There was something off about this match. I don't know what it was. I don't know if the timing was off, communication, or whatever. This match wasn't all that good. It just wasn't. I mean, there were some decent parts, but then they lost the plot and it just went off the goddamn rails. But split leg moonsault, 1, 2, 3. Naomi wins. Bayley was also there ringside and got kicked out earlier. We then have Cena returning next week. Wapadoo. And Goldberg shows up and runs down the Firefly Funhouse thing. Says, I'm not here to play your games and stuff like that. I'm here to take your title. And Bray, unfazed, introduces the characters and then says, oh, wait, you need to meet him. And then the lights go out and he says, the Fiend is right behind me. And then they face off and he spears him. And then the Fiend's kind of getting up and stuff like that and going to do this. And Goldberg wants that, and then lights go out, and then that's it. Because the Fiend is gone. Goldberg's going to beat the Fiend next week, isn't he? I'm really afraid of that. D, just not a very good episode. I'm amazed I even got as much time as I did out of it. Just very lifeless episode. We're going to see what happens with Super Showdown. Yes, I will watch that because I watch so you don't have to. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritland. I'll see you soon.